address all of them, but I will address this right now. You said something about nobody being bigger than the code, and no one man being bigger than the code, however you said it. But it come from the term, no one is bigger than the code, and my man coined that term. So I fully understand what that means. So since you said no one is bigger than the code, I'm addressing you about the code. You said I was trying to lighten the blow. I wasn't lightening the blow on nothing. I said, show me where the boy told something, got on the stand or did anything. But now that you bringing up the code, I'm gonna dig all the way into the code from the paperwork that you stamped and said that you was reading, that y'all never produced anybody getting on the stand, testifying against anybody or anything. So you tell me what your understanding of the code is.
People will definitely record anything that happens on the internet and send it to other people. Just remember that.
It's your man Bustamove, gentleman YouTuber, man. Listen, hit the like button, subscribe button, get all the notifications. Man, we are at 10,000 subscribers on our way to 15,000 subscribers. Man, I want to thank each and every one of the subscribers. Listen, but today's video right here is about Eyone, the gentleman that's part of the DC Blacks. Like I said, the DC Blacks is an organization of dudes that come out of the city that went into the federal system that formed their own organization called the DC Blacks, which is a movement that's supposed to be for, you know what I'm saying, supporting each other, being there for each other, positivity, and watching each other's back. You know, in the federal system, you got a whole lot of organizations. The DC Black is for the men that's in the federal system, that so they can all have something to, when you come in, look out for each other and have something to call your own far as in the federal prison system. But we're not speaking about the DC Black. This is about Eyone Williams. Eyone Williams is a very intelligent man. You know, he's a very smart dude. You know what I'm saying? He can think. He's a thinker. You know what I'm saying? Super light-skinned guy, but he can think. He's a thinker. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's sometimes to me, the vibe I give him, he thinks he's the smartest man in the room at all times. So if you the smartest man in the room at all times, you're in a room full of dummies, because you're never gonna be the smartest man in the room at all times. So, you know, y'all know I did a video, you know, breaking it down on how I felt about the live that we were all on, how things went. Big Sight, Mooka, you know what I'm saying, and Bustamove, referring to and reference to Aunt Glizzy. So, you know, as I broke that down, I said my opinion and I said my piece on, I stand by everything I said. Because one thing about Bustamove, I quote what you dudes say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a drinker, I'm not a smoker, I don't do no drugs. You know, so if you say something to me, I can re-quote what you said back to you. And I'll be like, oh, okay, I remember you said this right here. So, you know, Big Sight gave a hell of a breakdown on the storyline on why he feel like he got put in a bad situation against Aunt Glizzy. And some of it I remember, some of it I had to recap and you know, get my mind to rejuvenate on what happened. But I remember, you know, Eyone Williams to me is a gentleman who thinks he's always the smartest man in the room, and that's not always the case. So, you know, his man is Mooka, and me and Mooka, we done had disagreements, but men not gonna always see eye to eye on nothing. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes men might see eye to eye, sometimes they might not. But I stand by everything I said as a man. You know what I'm saying? And what I would say right here, I'm gonna address what y'all just saw, the initial video, the initial video that y'all just saw to start this video off. Y'all saw the gentleman said that I stamped paperwork that I didn't read, or I stamped paperwork that I said, what are you talking about, Eyone? I didn't stamp anything. What I said was, I stamped by what I saw. I stamped what Syke was saying. Syke was saying, if y'all listen, he was saying, Aunt Glizzy is in these boys' paperwork. Aunt Glizzy's lives and posts and things that he been doing on social media was referenced in this case. And that's what I stamped. That's why, you know, I kept saying tipping Glizzy, because, you know, you didn't want to say he was a rat. I get that. But the tipping thing was, that's what it came back down to, tipping Glizzy. Because what happened was, I read in that paperwork where they mentioned Aunt Glizzy, the things he said, the things he was doing, Shaq Glizzy. They was mentioning GQ, the incident that happened. They mentioned the baby girl that we lost. May she rest in peace. You know, I read these things. I read Anthony Evans. I read AKA Aunt Glizzy in the paperwork. I read that they said they got information off his lives and off his social media actions in the paperwork. And that's what I stamped. Just like I explained to y'all, man, you know, that I had caught a whole want because not becoming an Ant. Ant didn't realize that he got me a want, but Ant posted something that was taken off his social media page, sent to the state's attorney, and was used against me to get me a warrant. Now, granted, you know, we must be mindful on what we post on social media. We must be mindful of that. So, like I say, I never once said Aunt Glizzy got on the stand and told them boys. I never once said Aunt Glizzy implicated them boys. But it's videos around where Aunt Glizzy's making statements on videos that's like, you could be like, whoa. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's often that these dudes go make videos to them about things that just happened that's not has a disposition on it, which means it has not been ruled on by a judge. So I'm trying to figure out where you going with this, Eyone. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out where you going with this. Now, like I say, and I say this right here, and I tell Eyone this, man, you dudes, y'all, you know, man respect man. If you don't like what I say, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody trying to go to jail for 100 years. But a lot of you dudes ain't trying to pull up on Bustamove and put y'all hands in the air. Y'all ain't trying to bump me. A lot of you dudes ain't trying to rumble Bustamove. I'm just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying? Say what you may, say what you might. I'm known for hitting like a Mac 10 truck, and I know how to put these things in the air and work one time. You dudes don't want to do that, and that's why I don't respect a lot of you dudes. That because you dudes talk all this rah nonsense, but y'all ain't trying to be men. You know what I'm saying? As Bustamove, I be willing to meet up with anybody. We can meet up face to face, man to man. We can discuss it like men. We can sit down, have a civil conversation. We can argue and hoop and holler, or we can rumble like men. But you dudes don't want to do that though. You dudes, y'all just want to play this victim role like, oh, Bustamove just saying this and this and that and that. Nah, Bustamove saying what he said. And what I said is what I stand by. I'm just saying at the end of the day, when all this was going on, it looked kind of wild. It went from you wanted to pin somebody to the floor and to the wall, and you know, then you was like, you know what though, I ain't mean that, and that's your prerogative to take back anything you said. And then it went to like, you know, it was like, I just couldn't figure you out, you know? And that was cool. I couldn't figure you out, and I don't have to figure you out. We grown men. We ain't got to be friends or have an understanding. That don't make no sense. But what we got to do is, though, Slim, we got to be able to speak our own mind and say how we feel, unless you're a coward and you can't speak your mind. So I wanted to make sure that I came and I addressed here today that Bustamove never stamped that Aunt Glizzy got to understand and told on anybody. What I stamped was that the paperwork that Big Psych is running around with, it has Aunt Glizzy's name in it. It has, you know what I'm saying? Like that paperwork that Psych running around with, it ain't got a kid name in it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't got someone else's name in it. They speak of Anthony Evans, Aunt Glizzy, and his social media presence. They speak about that in the case. And they say in the paperwork that they used that to further their investigation. They said that. So what are we talking about here? Like, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But see, you trying to be technical and you trying to make it seem like Bustamove said something that he didn't. You can't do that to me. Cause just like you got a platform, I got a platform. It ain't that I need to talk about y'all, but when I see my name come up, this the point of being a blogger or a YouTuber or being a man in general. Anything I want to speak about, I'm going to speak on. I'm going to speak about it, and I'm going to say what I say. Now, all the other stuff, man, until you want to meet up face to face and talk man to man, I ain't entertaining that. Because Bustamove, I'm willing to meet up face to face with any one of you dudes that say y'all standing on 10 and 2. If you standing on 10 toes and 2 feet, I meet up with you. And however it play out, let it play out. But what we not going to do is insult my character like I'm writing this joint, slander you dudes' character like I'm just saying false statements and nerves on you dudes. Nah, that ain't Bustamove style. You know what I'm saying? If it's something that Psych said I don't like and I don't agree with, I would say Psych, I don't agree with that, I don't like that. If it's something that you say I don't like, Eyone, or I don't agree with, I'm going to say I don't agree with, I don't like that. If it's something that Mooka's doing that I don't like, I'm going to say Mooka, whatever you doing I don't like, I don't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Men can do the same thing to me. And let's keep it a bean. All three of you men have done the same thing to me. Let's keep it 100, Eyone. We started interacting because you jumped in my inbox and asked me about something that Aunt Glizzy did, and we had a discussion about it. I didn't know you was. I thought you was just some fan. Until I started talking to you and I said, oh, Slim Jai, conscious-minded dude, let's have a real discussion. Oh, okay. Yeah, this a man. So, you know what I'm saying? All that other stuff, man, like, let it be what it's going to be. But don't act like I stamp. You know what I'm saying? Because see what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened. Someone put Psych in a trick bag and sent Psych some fake paperwork. And before Psych did his due diligence on it, he posted, he like, oh, I got him. But he realized that that was bogus paperwork, and he took it down because he realized that, you know what I'm saying, that ain't what's happening. That wasn't the right paperwork. But he still always had the real transcripts from, you know what I'm saying, the Wellington Park youngins case. And what he said was, the way Slim moved is not a good look, and it's in these transcripts. Here it is. And he was showing you how, you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of tipping going on that led to that. And I ain't saying that led to the conviction of the youngins. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is Aunt Glizzy's name and his actions in that paperwork. That's all I'm saying. And that's what I'm going to keep saying. That's what I'm going to stand by, because that's what I read. So like I said, it's your man Bustamove, general YouTuber. Hit the like button, subscribe button, get all the notifications. Bustamove will never waver, will never fold, and will never ever let no one defer him or deter him from being who he is, a man. It's your man Bustamove. I am out. Stay focused.
It's better to have an honest enemy that will tell you to your face that they don't like you than to have a deceitful friend who pretends to love you. Receive it. It's better to...